A note final, looks like, on George Babbitt. I have finished this great work yesterday, and I loved it. One proof is that this is note number 11, I think, so there are 10 other notes posted on YouTube. So all in all, I felt the need to talk for about 1 hour about a book which lasts, let me think, maybe 10 hours in all. I'm not sure, and it's not relevant. I mentioned in the previous posts on this that I like Babbitt very much, even if, or better said, because he is not a role model. He's not one of those Superman, Ubermensch that sometimes crush at least this reader. They're so good, so wonderful, so smart, so everything to perfection that I can't identify with such a giant, a god. And part of the enjoyment of reading books, at least for me, is to feel life through somebody else's experience, watching things with his eyes. And in the case of Babbitt, I feel I can do that. He's like me, basically. He has a midlife crisis. I like to think that I'm young, so I'm not yet midlife, no crisis. But still, I had questions and periods when, for instance, I changed views. I'm not sure about a fundamental change, but for instance, a few days ago, I also finished another chef d'oeuvre. This is Happiness Lessons from a New Science by Richard Lear, wherein he makes the case for taxation. We work too much, work is good, but too much work will diminish happiness ultimately, especially since we are not in the days of the Dark Ages or the Stone Age, when we had to keep on running, fighting, collecting because we didn't have enough food. We weren't sure what will happen tomorrow with winter coming and so on. Now our existence is assured, even other things, comfort, the car is there and so on. So it doesn't make any sense. Not to get too much going on this, it makes me think, well, taxation. I'm right wing, I'm a conservative, I hate communists and even left wings with them, because I lived on a communist. But there you have it. Maybe there's a change. I opted for taxation. I don't know. So Babbitt, a pillar of the business community, one of the leaders in Zenith, his town, a good orator, respected individual, invited to various groups, leagues, organizations. He's turning liberal. At one point, he likes this woman. It's true, he becomes also unfaithful to his wife and joins a crowd of younger men and women, and they are of a different orientation. And when he's asked about joining the League of Citizens for Right Morals, or I don't know, I forgot the name of this league. He's saying, well, I'll think about it, but he doesn't want to. He's of a different view. It's true, this feels pressing, and it's unpleasant to join a group when you feel you have to, and they're so into this that they put the handcuffs on you, or an unpleasant pressure. He has to do it because the business is going down when the other guys see that he's not one of them. There are various twists, and as I said, Babbitt is very likable. He has quite a few good qualities. He's charming, he's friendly, he's kind. Not perfect, not to the extreme. makes his wife suffer. At least he doesn't shoot her like Paul did, his friend. And on the other hand, he has, for instance, this big argument with an employee on commission and other things. And at a later stage, he has to fire the man who has been unfair. He did a very bad trick on a customer. And when Babbitt says, I'll just fire you. Even if there's comedy, there's humor also. He's a funny man. He likes to be liked, Babbitt, so that's creating some humorous situations. And in this case, there's a surprise because the employee says, you talk to me about honesty, values? Because indeed, Babbitt and his partners have a deal running, which one of them calls, it's not a double crossing other factors involved, it's triple crossing them. So you can imagine how crooked it is. So there's this side of Babbitt, which is human. It's their failures, shortcomings, but then I guess we get more out of a book where we see all sides, where it's complex, and this is a complex, intriguing, interesting, excellent book.